Brrrah! What's up my people, my name is Spicy and today I have 4 stories coming out of the subreddit I Don't Work Your Lady. Subscribe for more crazy stories, leave a fire emoji in the comments and like this video. Congratulations Robert Reed for the comment of the day. Brrrah. Mistaken for a bouncer. There I was waiting for my friends to get through coat check at a busy pub in downtown Ottawa. A guy approaches me and says, "Hey man, how much to let my friends and I in ahead of the line?" It took me a minute to clue in, but I said, $5? The real bouncer appears and says, "No way, you gotta get $20 for that." So the guy that approached me hands me a fresh $20 bill and goes back outside to find his friend. I head inside the bar to buy beers for my friends. The real bouncer later told me that the guy came in and said something like, "What gives, man? I paid you guys to let us in ahead of the line." To which the bouncer responded, "No you did not, you paid some random drunk guy." I was that random drunk guy. Maybe it makes me a bad person to accept some unwitting fellow's $20 bill, but nevertheless, that's how it happened. I am not sure if it was my dark shirt or the way my arms were folded because I am not exceptionally tall or bulky. No one has mistaken me for a bouncer before or since. Well, hey, if you think about it, you got mistaken for a bouncer because this guy had the perception of you being a bouncer. It could be because of a number of things, as your posture or clothes you were wearing, of course, but who knows, it will remain a mystery. Lady wanted a sandwich I could not provide. I have read some few stories from this page, so I figured I'd add my own story that I've been holding on for a while. Some important backstory about me. I used to work at a deli place called Port of Subs about a year back. I know that it sounds like an off-brand Subway, and people get the tiny deli confused with the bigger name a whole lot too. Now the Port of Subs that I worked at shared a building with a Golden Gate gas station, just off the town's busiest highway. Not to sound dignified, but when I worked there, I held a record of being the most loyal and friendliest employee the deli ever hired, according to my manager. Regular customers like me, too. All thanks to my strange ability in deciphering foreign languages. And I know the alphabet in sign language. That one skill came in very handy when a deaf lady, DL, with a service dog entered the store. It was about 6 a.m., an hour after the deli just opened. It was just me and my coworker for the next 3 hours, and he was on a break outside while I was helping the lady. Sign spelling out every available item made the order take a little longer than usual, but it did not bother either of us. That ended when another woman came in. Not to sound rude, but she had crazy written all over her. Her hair looked like she got struck by lightning and she wore a plain t-shirt had sweat and food stains on it. She stood underneath the "Order Here" sign and started tapping her foot as she angrily stared at me. Let's call her Witch Lady, WL. While I was ringing up the price of the deaf lady sandwich and spelling out the sentence, "Do you want chips?" I heard a loud, exaggerated ahem from the Witch Lady. I softly answered her, "I'll be with you in a second. It is just me in here at the moment." She glared at me. "You should stop flaring your hand around like an idiot and do your job," she hissed. Now, I have a strange habit of being formal with strangers, which sometimes makes me sound more English than American. Most people like it when I do that, so I decided to try it with the Witch Lady. "Madame, I am using sign language to communicate. I am genuinely sorry if I am taking too long, but I will help you with whatever you need when I am finished with this order." She did not like it at all. "I am in a serious hurry and you people are so dang lazy. Subway should stop hiring children." "This is not Subway, madame. This is Port of Subs." "Oh, it's the same damn thing." "No, it is not," I thought to myself as I finished the deaf lady's order. I wondered why she thought I was a kid. I am a 5'7" woman with an unusual male-like build. I was 20 at the time, but I look a lot older than most people. This lady was nearly a foot shorter and skeleton skinny. As I was putting on my gloves, I naturally asked her what kind of sandwich she wanted. And, of course, she wanted something we did not have, which was Black Forest ham. "I am very sorry, madame, we don't have Black Forests. All we have is smoked ham, deli ham, and capicola." "What the hell are you talking about?" the Witch Lady nearly screamed. "Subway always has Black Forest ham. Go into the back and check your stock." I paused at this. This lady actually believed that this tiny place was Subway, despite what I've told her. "Madame, this is Port of Subs, not Subway. Black Forest ham is not included in our menu." I tried to explain this further, but I got interrupted rudely. "Don't lie to me, you tea drinker! Where is your manager?" I demand to speak with them. My manager is not working today. I answered truthfully because she was not having it. She pointed a bony finger at the gas station's manager as she continued yelling. He's standing right there. You're just trying to get your lazy butt out of trouble. Now, the deli uniforms are navy blue polo shirts with black pants. The gas station uniforms are green polo shirts with black or brown slacks. I don't work for the gas station, madame. We just share the building. The witch lady then looked at me as if I was the crazy one, and deaf lady was sitting at a nearby table watching the show and smiling as she ate her breakfast. Your customer service is the worst that I've ever experienced. I'm gonna file a report and have you fired. All three gas station employees, including their manager, stopped what they were doing and stared at the lady until she stormed towards the exit. Just before she left, I calmly attempted to correct her mistake one more time. Madame, I do not work for the gas station, nor do I work for Subway. This is a different deli. She then glared daggers at me. Your lying would get you blacklisted for sure. Subway won't ever want you back. And she left without talking to the station's manager. As soon as the witch lady was outside, deaf lady came back up to the counter one more time and spelled out the question, what happened? I then spelled out, crazy, wanted Black Forest, don't sell it. Deaf lady then went into a fit of breathy laughter before she left too. After all of that, my coworker finally came back from his break. I told him that I was going to take my own at the back of the kitchen. He agreed and took over making subs. Although I could not be seen behind the giant refrigerators, I was still in earshot of everything that happened up front. And I hear witch lady shuffle back inside. The following conversation she had with my coworker was both astonishing and agitating. Oh, good. Now that mean English lady is gone, I'd like my Black Forest sandwich now, and make it quickly. First of all, miss, this is not Subway. We don't sell Black Forest ham. And second, what English lady? My morning partner is unfortunately better at slicing meat and cheese than communicating with customers. I was expecting another outburst from the witch lady, but I instead heard confusion. Wait, what town am I in? The witch lady suddenly asked. Apparently the wrong one. Witch lady finally left without another word. A few days later, I read the local newspaper talking about a frail lady who got arrested for arguing with highway patrol about a speeding ticket. You have been told multiple times that this is not a Subway, so why do you insist it is Subway? Man, I swear those people are crazy. But because of the ending, I have suspicions that she might be having a psychosis or something, because she asked where she was, and to me that's a weird question to ask. I wonder if she was just a really entitled person or actually suffering from a mental illness. I am taking a quick second to remind you to subscribe to the channel if you like these kinds of videos. It helps grow the channel and it makes me pretty happy, so go ahead and make a stranger happy. Sometimes things have a happy ending, having a seriously bad week. So I thought I'd throw out some positivity in the form of an adorable interaction that happened a few weeks ago. I tend to frequent a store called Tuesday Morning. It is something of a discount shop along the lines of Home Goods, just much smaller and much diverse selections. I always check to see if anything from the pet department has made its way to the clearance shelves. It is rare, but when it happens, the deals can be amazing. Despite clearly knowing where things are in the place, I look nothing like their staff. I can't wear blue jeans, part of their uniform, nor do I have on a screen printed t-shirt with a store name on it in large letters. For those curious, I was wearing colorful leggings, an oversized shirt, and had on my coat, chunky scarf, and backpack style purse. As I mentioned, I was checking out the shelf in the pet area and adjacent clearance section when the following interaction occurred. Older woman, OW. Excuse me, but where is the bathroom? Oh, it's just around the corner. Heads up though, it's out of soap, but if you need some, I've got hand sanitizer. Thank you, young lady. The old woman disappears to the bathroom for a few minutes, then comes back. If you don't mind, can I use your hand sanitizer? Of course. I fished it out of my purse and let the old woman use it. Thank you again. If you don't mind, while I have your attention, may I ask where these clothes are? Of course, next aisle over. Old woman disappeared again for a few minutes, then came back to find me, where I would move from the clearance aisle aisle to the adjacent pet stuff aisle. If you don't mind me bothering again, young lady, do you happen to know where pet fountains are? 4 feet to your left. Another minute or two passes before the old lady turns to me once again. It is then that I realize she actually thinks I work there. All this time, I assume it was just friendly chit-chat. I got a slight chuckle out of the misunderstanding. Excuse me, is this everything you have in stock right now? Oh, I don't work here. I'm sorry if I give you that impression. And I smiled and slightly chuckled. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Here, I've been pestering you all this time. It did not bother me one bit. It's always nice to shop with friendly people around. You're right, it is. Now, if I could just find what I am looking for. I've been to 8 shops and have not found it anywhere. What are you looking for? I need one of those water fountains for pets, but I need one that's battery powered. I don't have a place I can put it and plug it into the wall. I have never heard of such a thing and pulled out my cell phone to check Amazon real quick. I discovered a single unit that was battery powered, and the description clearly hyped the first everness of this feature. I told the woman what I'd found. She read my phone and agreed it is exactly what she's looking for. She clearly was not comfortable searching Amazon herself, but when I asked her, she said she was happy to purchase online. Apparently, she would have been begging her kids, my age, 31 and older, for the last month to check online for her, and no one had. I got her cell phone number, text her the link, and she opened it up on her phone. We parted ways, both smiling. I had a lovely conversation with a very sweet lady, and she finally found the item she'd spent a month hunting for. Yet another twin story. My father-in-law was a twin. He and his brother were identical and inseparable well into their 80s. Once his brother was hospitalized and, of course, he went to visit his twin. When he left his brother's hospital room, the nurse on duty tried to stop him. He politely assured her that his twin was still in there. And just then, the elevator doors opened and he hurried a bit to make it. When the doors opened on the main floor, 2 security guards were waiting for him. He had to be escorted back to his brother's hospital room so he could prove he was not an actual patient. My father-in-law was a huge joker and saw this as an opportunity, not an inconvenience. When the guards escorted him back downstairs to the busy lobby, he yelled, "You will never take me alive!" and then ran out to the main door. So not as much an "I don't work here" story as a "workers can keep me here" one. Update: just to clarify, my father-in-law did not clearly specify to the nurse that he was the identical twin, not the patient. She acknowledged him when he walked in, so he assumed he would stroll out the same way. Wrong. That's a good one. I like it. That's living the double life. Twins getting mistaken for being the other person. That's awesome. I don't know if this can cause a lot of troubles in life or if it's just funny, but the thought of someone looking just like me scares me a little. I don't know. I don't have any brothers or cousins looking like me, so who knows? I can't wait to see you again tomorrow, and I post at 10 AM Eastern time every single day. But before that, I want to thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for liking, for commenting, for subscribing, and even for those who shares the videos. This really helped me a lot and I appreciate what you do for me. All of our effort will ultimately allow me to make better videos for you. I have a ton of ideas, but without support, I can get to this point. But before then, I wish you all a beautiful day and I hope you're doing your best to reach your dreams, live a fulfilled life, have fun, and love the people around you.